tell me what are the opportunities and challenges in your country on AI and semiconductors?
Thanks for that question. So I'll talk about Australia. Australia is not a leading country in those technologies necessarily, but there's so many, I think, opportunities for Australia in this space. And that's probably the challenge, is that we're not one of the big players. There's opportunities for us in the sort of high-tech manufacturing space in semiconductors. And in AI, what you can see is that Australia is starting to evolve to become a little bit of a regional digital hub for submarine cables. And that matters because of the amount of data centres and AI cloud centres that are popping up all over the region. We're sort of seen as a trusted country to place your cables. That trust is sort of, previously Hong Kong used to be a bit of a hub, and that trust just isn't there right now. So now you can see that cables are sort of increasingly connecting to Australia and around the region. And so there's a really sort of unique opportunity for us to play a role there. We also don't have a lot of earthquakes. We have a sort of really open and transparent business environment. We have, good governance going on, lots of debate. And so those factors are really important when you're trying to build up a sort of new industry.
Thank you. What is one key takeaway from your session?
So I think the key takeaway for me is how complicated the space is becoming, because we're talking dozens and dozens and dozens of different critical technologies. Even AI, as an example, has lots of technologies sitting underneath it. All of these technologies are related in different products. They involve countries who are really strong in that technology all around the world, and for every tech it's different. Supply chains are different. People talked a lot about today about what are the key forums, who's the leader, what's happening, where do we go to have the discussions? And there's not really a set of really good answers for that. Unfortunately, the space is quite messy in that you have lots of minilaterals coming up that are really important. You have multilateral groups. Tech is a space where, in a way, government's not always leading. They don't own the tech. In defence and foreign affairs, we know that those ministers are vital in making decisions. But if you're the science and tech minister for a government, you don't actually own the tech that you're making the decisions on. It's owned by companies. So it's a unique space where government, civil society and industry needs to have an equal voice. What's, I think, clear to me is that there needs to be a lot more collaboration between the Indo-Pacific and the European Union and the UK. That brings together a lot of the players across most of the technologies. And I think at the moment, that coordination, collaboration and dialogue isn't strong enough.